Africa has a long history of coups. Since the 1960s, there have been over 200 successful and attempted coups in Africa. In this video, we have the top 10 list of countries in Africa with the most coups. At the end of this video, you will know the number of coups that were attempted in these countries, the number of them that were successful, and those that were not successful. Kicking off our list at number 10 is Mauritania. Mauritania is a West African country that shares boundaries with Western Sahara, Algeria, Mali, and Senegal. This beautiful country has had 7 attempted coups d'etat, with 5 being successful. Coup attempts in 1982 and 2003 were not successful, but in 1978, President Mokhtar Dada was deposed. In 1980, power was seized from President Lieutenant Colonel Mohamed Mahmoud Ould Lali. In 1984, President Mohamed Kuna Ould Haidala was deposed. President Mawiya Ould Sid Ahmed Taya was deposed and forced into exile in 2005. The most recent coup in Mauritania happened in 2008, which led to the deposition of President Sidi Id Cheikh Abdallahi. Benin is 9th on the list. Benin has undergone 7 attempted coups, with 5 being successful. They also share borders with Nigeria, Togo, Burkina Faso, and Niger. The country's first successful coup took place in 1963, followed by 1965, 1967, 1969, and 1972. The leaders that were overthrown in these coups were President Hubert Maga, President Suru Migan Apathy, President Christophe Soglo, President Emile Durlin Zinsu, and President Justin Ahmed Djibi Tomtin. Attempted coups in February 1972 and January 1975 were futile. At number 8 is Niger. Niger is a country that shares boundaries with Algeria, Libya, Chad, Nigeria, Benin, Burkina Faso, and Mali is located in West Africa. Since independence, Niger has had 8 coup attempts, but only 5 was successful. In 1974, President Hamani Diori was deposed. In 1996, President Mahamani Ousmane was deposed. In 1999, President Ibrahim Bermain Nasser was deposed and killed. In 2010, President Mamadou Tanja was deposed, and in the recent coup, which happened on 26 July 2023, President Mohamed Bazoum was deposed and placed under house arrest. Coup attempts in 1976, 1983, and 2021 were all not successful. The next country on the list is Mali. Just like Niger, Mali has had 8 attempted coups d'etat, with 5 of them being successful. The successful coup d'etat, which happened in 1968, 1991, 2012, 2020, and 2021, brought the overthrow of President Modibo Keïta, President Moussa Traoré, President Amadou Toumani Touré, President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta, and President Bah Enda, respectively. In 1978, 1991, and 2012, there were attempted coups, but were not successful. Mali is in West Africa and shares boundaries with Mauritania, Algeria, Niger, Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Guinea, and Senegal. On the number 6 spot is Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone, which is also a West African country, is bounded by Guinea and Liberia. They have had 5 successful coups and 5 unsuccessful ones, making it 10 attempted coups in total. In 1967, Siaka Stevens was sworn in as the country's new prime minister, but was overthrown some hours later by David Lanzana. 2 days later, David Lanzana was also removed from power by a group led by Andrew Juxon Smith. In 1968, Brigadier Andrew Juxon Smith was also overthrown. In 1992, President Joseph Sadou Momo was forced into exile in the coup. In 1996, Valentine Strasser was also deposed. In 1997, Ahmed Tejan Kaba, who was the president of the country, was overthrown and forced into exile. Coup attempts in 1968, 1987, 1992, and 1995 were all not successful. 5 on the list is Ghana. Ghana, which is known to be one of the most peaceful countries in the world, has had its fair share of coup d'etat. Just like Sierra Leone, Ghana has also had 10 attempted coups, with 5 of them being successful. This West African country shares borders with Togo, Burkina Faso, and Ivory Coast. The first coup in Ghana happened in 1966. Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown. In 1972, Dr. Kofi Abrefa-Bizia, who was the country's leader, was overthrown. In 1978, Ignatius Kutu Akiampong, the man who overthrew the Bizia government, was also overthrown and killed by firing squad. In 1979, Fred Akufo was deposed and killed in the coup by J.J. Rawlings. Finally, in 1981, J.J. Rawlings again overthrew Liman's government. In 1967, 1979, 1982, 1983, and 1984, there were unsuccessful coups in Ghana. Burundi is the next country on the list. This East African country is bordered by Congo, Rwanda, and Tanzania. Since independence, there have been 11 attempted coups in the country, with 5 being successful and 6 being unsuccessful. The first successful coup in Burundi happened in 1966. That same year, another coup took place, followed by 1976, 1987. The first coup in 1966 led to the overthrow of the king of Burundi, Mwambutsa IV. That same year, King Intare was overthrown. In 1976, President Michel Macombero was overthrown. In 1987, Tutsi Major Pierre Buyoya was removed from government, and the 1996 coup saw the overthrow of President Sylvestre Ntibantunganya. The 6 unsuccessful coups happened in 1965, July 1993, October 1993, April 2021, July 2021, and 2015. The October 1993 failed coup resulted in the assassination of President Melchior Ndadaye, which led to a 10-year civil war that left an estimated 300,000 people dead. Third on the list is Nigeria. Nigeria, as a West African country, is the most populous country in the whole of Africa. It shares boundaries with Benin, Cameroon, Chad, and Niger. Nigeria has gone through 8 attempted coups, with 6 recorded successful. The successful ones that took place in January 1966, July 1966, 1975, 1983, 1985, and 1993 led to the overthrow of Prime Minister Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, Major General Johnson Aguiyi Ironside, Yakubu Gowon, President Shehu Shagari, Muhammadu Buhari, and President Chief Ernest Shonekan respectively. Prime Minister Abubakar Tafawa Balewa and Major General Johnson Aguiyi Ironside were killed in the coup. The second country on the list is Sudan. Sudan shares borders with countries like Libya, Egypt, Chad, the Central African Republic, South Sudan, Ethiopia, and Eritrea. They are known to be the African country in history to have the most coup d'etat attempts. With 17 coup attempts since independence, only 6 of them were successful. The successful ones took place in 1958, removing Prime Minister Abdallah Kalal, 1969, removing President Ismail Azhari, 1985, removing President Gafer Naimere, 1989, removing Prime Minister Sadiq Mahdi, 2019, removing President Omar al-Bashir, and in 2021, Prime Minister Abdallah Hamdok from power. The unsuccessful one were recorded in 1955, 1959, 1966, 1971, 1975, 1976, 1977, 2012, and 2021. In 1959 and 1966, 2 attempted coups were recorded in each of the years. Burkina Faso, one of the countries in West Africa, is ranked the African country with the most coups. With 9 attempted coups recorded, 8 of them were successful. This country is bordered by Côte d'Ivoire, Ghana, Togo, Benin, Niger, and Mali. The 8 successful coups led to the overthrow of President Maurice Yamogo in 1966, Prime Minister Girard Kango Ouedraogo in 1974, President Sangoul Lamazana in 1980, President Say Zerbo in 1982, President Jean-Baptiste Ouedraogo in 1983, President Thomas Sankara in 1987, President Blaise Compaoré in 2014, and President Roch Marc Christian Kabore in 2022. The only unsuccessful attempted coup in the country happened in 2015. Do you believe that coups are the reason why most African countries are not developed? Do you believe coups in Africa are supported by the West? Let us know your answer in the comments section. Thank you for watching.